Animal Crossing on the Nintendo Gamecube, the start of a franchise that would really become unbelievably massive, especially in 2020. So yes, it's the start of the Gamecube series for me here, with a game I've never played. In fact, I've never played any installment of Animal Crossing. I know what it's about. I know it's I don't know how you'd term it. Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley, life simulation type game. I've never ever played any of them at all. So I don't really know how I'm going to take to it. I loved Stardew Valley. I don't think it's a farming game per se, but I know that you walk around, you communicate with people in your town, and you do jobs to get money, and that is the game as I understand it. It's basically almost a game about nothing. But maybe I'll be surprised, and I'm quite enjoying this little introduction sequence that there is here. It's quite fun. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to play this one. This came out in 2004 in England, which is really weird because it came out in 2001 in Japan, so quite a gap between its initial creation and when we got it over here in PAL territories. Wow, well that's surprising. It's got today's date and everything. It's only surprising to me because I've done no settings to the emulator or anything like that. It's just purely working. That's quite cool. Quite a cute introduction sequence. From what I've seen of New Horizons on the Switch, it doesn't look much different to this. It's got that very similar blocky style to it. We'll move. Okay, there we go. There we go, SDG in the building. I agree, that is an odd name. It's quite a cool way of getting your details though, this, like a full-on conversation to establish your name. I enjoy that. Especially that as well, a way of establishing the gender of the character without just flat out saying choose boy or girl. It's quite fun and a bit different, and I think that's the unique nature of the game. Well, we'll go into Burnley. If you didn't know, my cat friend, that's where we like to holiday. Burnley is a place of wonder, if nobody knows, in the northwest of England, my hometown. One of his favourite vacation spots. Well, don't know about that. It's got a lot of qualities to it. Well, it's got the football club, but I don't know about vacation spot. I really enjoy this introduction sequence. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Really good way of setting the scene, making you feel involved in where you're going and what you're doing. That's really cool. Yeah, New Horizons' biggest game ever, almost. It came out at the right time, didn't it? I mean, it came out right at the height of the coronavirus in 2020 when we were all just locked indoors, and I suppose it's the perfect game for that. Almost an endless game that you can play with your friends, and yeah, I don't know why I didn't give it a go, really. I do have a Switch, but I don't play on it as much as my PS4, anywhere near, actually. Not because I don't rate it, just I find myself struggling for time to play everything across both platforms. But I know how loved that game is. And it seemed to hit the zeitgeist with like multiple people. It wasn't just one demographic that loved that game. It seemed to appeal to everybody. And that's the unique quality that Nintendo has, I think, above most. They can appeal to all ages, all genders, you know, everybody. And that's a really unique quality that they have. We're in Burnley with a monkey. Okay, so it's an isometric top-down type game. Like I say, I've obviously not played New Horizons, but I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, A, it's a very good looking game, and B, does the Switch version look much better? I can only go off the little clips I've seen in the adverts and everything, and maybe I'm wrong. I know it's got a very distinctive art style, and they've obviously stuck to it. Tom Nook, that's talking to me here, I believe is still the main character. As I understand the plot, you effectively owe him, or you're in debt to him for your house, or like via a mortgage, or something like that. Like I say, I do understand the game and its concepts. I don't know why I've never played it. So it's quite cool to go back to the original. One other interesting point about this is this did actually come out on the N64 as well, but only in Japan. So I found that interesting. I don't know how that version looks. I'm assuming much worse than this, but yeah, I think a common misconception is that it arrived on the Gamecube and that were it. That was the start of it. So I've got to choose a house here. We'll go for this one over here because it's got a green roof. And green is my favourite colour. So how do we go in? Oh, it's a bit cosy. I don't know if you can upgrade the size of your house then maybe as you play, I'm not sure. Or if I am literally stuck with these 4 tiny walls. Not sure how to interact with things. I'm trying a few different buttons here. Whoa, what's that? Okay, so that button just seems to be the light for the room. That's to change the camera around. So I know that you do tasks and then you can decorate and, you know, furnish the place. I don't know if you can extend the size. One would assume so, because what are you realistically going to fit in there? But yeah, very cool. The word I would use to surmise my feelings on Animal Crossing, and I've played it for what, about 9-10 minutes. Charming. It's a really charming game. It's very relaxing to play. I guess that's the theme they were going for. The game you didn't really have to think about that much and could just sort of mess about in for as long as you needed that day. Yeah, so you're saying here I can do tasks to get stuff to then furnish the house. Fair enough. It's a lovely game. It is surprising to me how big it's become, but like I say, a time and a place, they released this at the perfect opportunity this year. New Horizons. Also pretty cool. I just like the way they've put all of the things that constitute gameplay into the world without breaking that fourth wall. So it's what I mean by that is everything's just kind of inbuilt in this environment. The saving, the name, character creation, your gender, everything. It's all done in a very conversational manner as a tutorial, which I think is really cool. Okay, so he needs 20,000 bells off me, and I only have 1,000. I don't think Mr. Nook is going to be very happy with me. But there is the aim of the game. I need to pay off my debt for my little hovel. Real life problems. I can work part-time at his shop. Okay. I'm not going to go and check a map. I'm just going to hunt around the environment and see what I can find. See if we can locate Mr. Nook's shop. So this is what I saved my progress with then, with the gyroid. Oh, I think clicking him has just started him. It looks a bit like a cactus from Final Fantasy, but in brown. And with a roof on his head. That's interesting. Right, we're away in Animal Crossing. Here we go, so... Oh, can I grab that? No. Oh, some kind of bug. I know that you can catch them. I've seen it in clips. But I don't have a net, so I'm assuming I need a net for that. Okay, I can sprint. Oh, who's this? Tangy cat. Kinda looks like a pineapple. It's a very cute cast of characters within Animal Crossing. It's a very cute game in general. Oh, maybe not this guy, Groucho. He has a face like a slapped arse, but he is definitely the exception to the rule. Yeah, it's an incredibly saccharine sweet game. Which might put some off, I suppose, but then again, definitely not when I look at the sales of the franchise. So you can shake trees, I don't know if that drops fruit maybe, or whatever. What's this? Nook's Cranny, so this must be the shop. He doesn't have a lot for sale in his shop. What's that? Scrabble behind him? I can't really tell. A notepad. I need to change into my uniform apparently, okay. How do I do that? Do I have to leave? Oh, okay. It's just there in the inventory. Drop it on my character and there we go. It is a game you already feel it. You could just lose yourself to and put 50, 60 hours in. If it hasn't, I don't know if the end of the game is literally pay off your house and then that's it, you've completed Animal Crossing. I'm assuming that is the case. But I wouldn't have thought it stopped there. You could probably carry on for as long as you wish, keep upgrading your house, upgrading your character's look and all that type of thing. I'm assuming you can build social links. He wants me to plant these seeds. Okay, straight away it just turns into flowers. So this is obviously an example of the environmental customization, I guess you can do all over the place. Make your place within Animal Crossing, sorry, Burnley, look as you want it to. It's a game I would have absolutely adored as a kid because I love that type of thing, making a space my own, you know, in a game. One of my favourite games of all time was actually the MMO Star Wars Galaxies on PC, and one of the reasons I love that game was because you had your own house that you could buy, and then you could, as you completed quests or whatever, you could put stuff within them, you know, you could do whatever you wanted and make it your own house, and this is very similar to that. It's got the same great feel to it. 80 bells. Well, there we go. We're at a very small percentage of the way towards paying off Mr. Nook. I did just move to Burnley. Okay, so he wants me to go and speak to all of the inhabitants of Burnley as well as the mayor. So we'll have a little walk around and see what we can find. Oh, I've already spoke to the cat. Oops. Out of everyone I've not spoken to, of course, the first person I hit is one of the only two that I have. I need to find it. I thought that was the case. You grab trees and shake them and you get fruit off them. I'm not sure what the fruit does because I don't think there's a health bar, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, it doesn't seem to work on every tree. Maybe it's just the ones that have something showing. I don't really know. I like the way it seems to be entirely in real time because the clock is actually the exact same time. It's not like you know, like in a lot of games, including Stardew Valley, where the clock is incredibly fast, and in 1 hour you might actually do 5 days worth of game time. In this, it actually seems precisely as the clock is, which is quite interesting. I did just see a bee. It flew off from this tree. I don't know what they do. Oh, finally we get something. What's this? 100 bells. Right. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. Okay, so you can fish. And we've got apples in this tree. Finally, these trees have something in them. We'll pick them up. So, I think we get the idea of what Animal Crossing is, and to a lot of people this probably seems maybe boring. I find it a really charming, relaxing game to play. And one that's very different. You know, it's like a combination of Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley, that type of thing, but it's got a lot more heart to it, really. I love the way it makes your character feel a part of the world, and it's just a really fun game. And I can see the appeal that it has, for sure. So that really brings me to the end of this brief look at Animal Crossing on the Nintendo GameCube. A really fun game, one that it has stood the test of time. It still looks great. It still looks just like the ones that are out these days, and this is the start of what became an unbelievably popular franchise.